Hey Isaiah, Dallas just said that practice is harder than the games. Do you agree with that? And what's it kind of like this week having a little bit of a break from practicing the games?
Yeah, I could say 100%. I agree. Coach Saban likes to say practice hard, so you go out there in the game. It's way easier. So we normally tend to have like a lot more reps. We take a lot of reps during the week. So on Saturday when we get there, it's easy as it can be.
As far as the passing game that you guys have had this year, how do you feel like it's evolved or improved throughout the season?
I definitely feel like it's improved. Obviously, coming from my quarterback like last year from Bryce Young, which was number one pick in the draft, to Jalen Milroe, he's obviously shown great improvement. Just getting better every season. But I believe in Jalen Milroe, and I believe where this team can go in a couple weeks.
Sticking with that, just how is the chemistry with yourself and Jalen and the other receivers too? How has that progressed over the course of the season?
Yeah, it's definitely progressed a lot. In the off season, we also did a lot of off season training together with the receivers as well. We was down in Tampa, so just getting better in the off season, just knowing that's gonna help us in a long stretch.
What are the keys to coming out of the bye week strong after the week off?
The keys to the bye week is honestly just keeping your focus still on sharp, even though it's a bye week. Don't take it as like an off week. Just making sure we just finish off strong, and then use the weekend to rest our body, and then come back strong next week.
I've got two. First off, Jalen Milroe and Jaden Daniels are the two highest graded deep ball passers in the SEC. What makes Jalen such a good deep ball passer to you?
I think honestly, just the raw talent that Jalen Milroe has to be able to throw the ball deep. Obviously, physical look wise, you see he's able to. He's a bigger dude, bigger quarterback, and also he has great receivers as well. That's able to stretch the field. So it's a tale of two ends.
And then when we talk to running backs and offensive linemen, whenever there's a run play called or a grind out kind of play, they seem to like that more. When as a receiver and as a speed guy, when you have a deep ball route, do you kind of get more excited before those routes?
Honestly, I'm excited to play every single down. But obviously, you do get a little more excited, I guess what you could say, when the pass is coming. But I'm just excited is all the time when I'm on the field, just playing for University of Alabama.
Hey, Isaiah, just another two-parter, but two quick ones. Uh, did you return punts in high school, and are you still working a lot on that here?
Yes, sir. I did. I did do punt return in high school as well, and yes, sir. I am working on punt return as well. Should be seeing me soon.
I think speed is something you're probably most known for, but we've seen you kind of lower your shoulder a couple times this season too. Just how much is that physicality something you take pride in?
Yes, sir. Coming from the South, I'm from Georgia. Physicality is kind of something that's instilled in you as young. So even though you might say I'm not the biggest wide receiver, I play as if I was 6'4", 200 pounds. So just going out there and playing big is the most key part.
Yeah, on the deep ball topic, when because of the arm that Jalen has, what is your mindset when you know the ball might be coming to you, or there's an opportunity for you to either stick with it and get open more, or just kind of what's your mindset with all that?
My mindset on a deep route is literally just to run as fast as I can down the field and just put my trust in Jalen Milroe to get the ball out there. Honestly, because I know I believe in myself as well as go out there and make the play. So just getting to the spot on the right time, timing is a big part that plays into deep passes as well.
Yeah, are you the fastest guy on this team?
Yes, sir. I was say I'm the fastest guy on the team.
Coach Saban said the first two plays after the halftime were scripted plays. So in the locker room, while that's getting kind of planned out, you must realize that your number's getting called in a big spot. What's your mindset knowing that Alabama's down points and you're about to be up for a big opportunity?
My mom always told me when I was young, big time players make big time plays. So just going out there and just believing in my training I've done my whole life, and just knowing I'm capable of going there and making a big play to change this game. Really what stuck with me. No problem. Appreciate that.
Justin, are there some potential pitfalls for the team having a bye week here, just with getting out of kind of game week rhythm?
I don't think there's any pitfalls. I think that's a combination between, rest and then retooling, working on things that we need to work on, improve on things that's needed to be improved upon. And then on top of that, getting guys healthier. We done had, a tough schedule so far. I feel like this the best point in time to as a bye week in the middle of the season, retool, regroup, refocus, and continue to the next game.
Hey Justin, you tweeted out after the game, "If only you knew where I was this time last year." Just from where you were a year ago to now, what goes through your head about just kind of how things have gone with your recovery from the injury and all that?
Uh, just a long road. This time last year, just recently had surgery. Still up in the air whether I'll be able to play again. Seeing my brothers out there, not getting, not being able to get the job done in Knoxville, to be out there on the field with them, to get that get back with them, in a sense, and just being able to go out there each day and work for what I've been working for since I was 5 years old, and just see how far I done came from a situation that was up in the air, and just seeing how things can change in a year's time.
Justin, when you rewatch the games, you're all over the film on the defensive play or on the defense side of the ball. How well do you think? Do you say that you're seeing the plays, and how much preparation goes into just kind of knowing the keys and being all over all the plays? Really.
Well, I feel like it's just preparation. If anybody know me in the media room, I'm always watching film on my iPad when I'm at home, watching film on them, looking at little things, looking at screens, looking at run plays, looking at passing sets, looking at a lot of things. And then just understand, like, just having the opportunity to be being part of one of the 11 guys out there. You gotta take that as a responsibility, give it your all. So I be trying to give it all I got when I touch the field.
Dallas and Chris have been so successful this year that the university lists them as linebackers, but do you guys claim them on the defensive line? What was your opinion on that?
I don't, I don't know. They linebackers. D line. I don't see them. In the D line room, they outside linebackers. They edges. Which is they one of the, I think, the best two edges in the college football right now. But D line, that's a different thing. Taking on doubles and combos, and that's how I would phrase it, being a D lineman. But them guys are definitely two great players, and they definitely is carrying on the outside linebacker name.
You mentioned last year's Tennessee game. You guys have LSU coming up. Do you have a little bit more extra motivation, given that you weren't able to be on the field and you saw how those games played out last year?
I would say that any game is extra motivation, but especially games that we didn't get the job done last year is a little bit extra motivation. I feel like there's no need for any external motivation that's needed. Between the coaches or media or any of the opposing team is said or is done. I feel like every time we get to step on that field, and especially myself, it's just a blessing, an opportunity to not only for myself but for my team, especially the defensive side of the ball, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Justin, I want to ask you about a guy that is a D lineman because he's from right down the road here. What have you seen improvement-wise this year from Jamarian Latham?
Jamarian Latham, a.k.a. Zebo, he's a great guy, come to work each and every day. He's a guy who, right down the road from Reform, Alabama. Not a lot of people know about Reform, but great guy on and off the field. He's improved tremendously. Each and every day he's getting better. He works through nicks and knacks, injuries and all that, and his time is coming.
Statistically, this has been one of the better second half defenses in the country. What goes into those halftime adjustments and coming out, maybe fresh set of eyes and being able to stop opposing offenses?
Well, I say it's not planned. It's not like we just want to play for one half. Our stride and our goal is to be a 60-man complete team. But I feel like if you walk around the facility, you see fourth quarter is our motto. Some that we live by, some that you always see us throw the fours up. We always try to push it to another gear. So we feel like, teams can compete with us for the full 60 minutes, and that, games aren't just won in the first half or in the first or second quarter or third quarter. It's won the full 60 minutes. And that's how we look at it. And, we was able to make great adjustments, not just team wise, but just individual. Like we know what that game meant. We understand that it means a lot to a lot of people in the state of Alabama, and we definitely can't let somebody come in our house and light them cigars. So it was something that we took pride in. Adjustments was needed, and we was able to do it.
How much during the season do you get to watch the NFL on Sundays? And with this being the bye, will that help? And will you get to tune into Bryce and Will going off against each other this weekend?
I would say that a lot of times I get to watch the games. I especially like when Coach Saban gives us the Sundays off, but whether or not he does that, I still get tuned in. The Sundays when we have stretch and stride, and we recover in the training room to have all the games on, and just seeing a lot of former Bama players playing. It's just something that you see where they came from. You play with them, and just seeing that they're on the big stage on Sundays playing. I'm looking forward to watching them two play this Sunday too.
Dallas, raise your hand. You guys questions? I'll raise them all at once, guys. Tony.
Hey Dallas, I just asked Justin, just how do you classify yourself? Are you more of a defensive lineman just based on the way you line up, or do you consider yourself more of a linebacker?
I mean, really consider myself an athlete for real. Being able to play on and off the ball. Not everybody's doing that. You got to have some type of athletic ability to do both of that. So it's just it's a mixture for real. So.
On the right here, Charlie.
Going back to Justin, just how big is it to have him back this year, and what's he meant to the defense?
Man, yeah, Justin, having him come back, as an older head, as a veteran, it's really good to have a guy like that in the locker room. Just around a young group of D linemen as well. So he could lead them in the right direction. Tell them what's right from wrong. Just give them tips and just be a big brother for him. So and it's also good to have a guy like that on the line of scrimmage with you too, because he knows his stuff. He's smart, so we can communicate and be on the same page about a lot of things. So.
Stay here with me.
You and Braswell have had a lot of success just rushing the passer, making big plays this season. What do you think is the biggest reason why you guys have been able to do what you've been able to do?
I mean, this stuff we've been talking about since February. So, just instilling the plan and, just being on each other and just being able to lean on each other and learn from each other as well. I watch him, he watches me a lot in practice. So, we get to talk about each other in good ways and helpful ways as well. So, it's just good to have another dude that's just like you on the other side of you, pass rushing and stuff. It's very good to see him doing the things he's doing.
Just talking to Justin, he said something about the grind of the schedule. I've been through your third go-around through a football season. Just how difficult is the SEC schedule week after week, and how welcomed is it for y'all to have this bye week, a little bit of rest and recovery?
I mean, sure, first of all, practice be harder than the game. So, so practicing those 2-3 days against the number one offense and stuff like that, it's a grind every day. And then going on Saturday and having to play against another caliber team that's just like you, it's competitive, but you gotta love it though. It's a grind, but you gotta fall in love with it though. So.
Can it be tricky coming out of a bye week just because you might get yourself out of the game week rhythm?
I mean, yeah, it is definitely tricky, but it's just as long as you have the same type of attitude you have going into a game week, it all turns out good, because, you still got to put in the work on the bye week. You can't get complacent in what you're doing and stuff like that. You still got, because other teams are practicing and playing and stuff like that. So, it's just, yeah.
Dallas 2 weeks ago against Arkansas, and last week against Tennessee. At the very end of the game, you had a big sack, and you hit the crowd with this go to sleep kind of celebration. So a two-part question with that is, what goes into your mindset making a big play towards the end of the game, basically to finish the game, and what is your thought process with that celebration?
I mean, honestly, if a team's down, it's towards the end of the game, of course they're going to pass the ball. And, pass rushers love when they pass the ball. So, a sack is definitely coming by somebody. So, and it just happened to be me. But, the sleep celebration, it was just, I guess, the dagger, put them to bed or something like that. But, It was a celebration out there having fun.
This has been one of the better second half defenses in the country. What are the keys to making adjustments at halftime and finishing the game strong?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, every day in practice, we always emphasize 60 minutes and playing for 60 minutes and also dominating for the whole 60 minutes. So, and just the halftime adjustments, a lot of teams would change up, how their regular offense, to avoid stuff like pass rush and all other type of things. But it's just once you see how the offense really runs the plays that they're going to run in the first half, it's kind of easy to make adjustments and stuff like that from what you were preparing for the whole week. So yeah.
You get judged a lot on your pass rushing ability, and that's kind of like how a lot of people see you. But against Tennessee, you made some good like setting the edge plays. Just how big of stopping the run? How big is that? How much of your mentality is that? And then how much satisfaction do you get off of that as well?
I mean, I treat it kind of the same. You got to treat the run the same as a pass. But setting the edge. It's definitely a very importance of my position. And, being an edge player, stuff like that. So I was just doing my job. So like, we do that every day in practice. So it was nothing new for me.
Right here, Charlie.
I know it's the bye week, but how much are you guys as a defense looking forward to facing this LSU offense and Jaden Daniels after what happened last year?
Yeah, I mean, Jaden Daniels, he's a very good quarterback. Has a very good receivers, and a solid O-line. So, it's very exciting. It's going to be a very big preparation for us as a defense, and, just playing on the same page. So, it's going to be a very exciting matchup for us. So, yeah.
I know he's an inside backer, but Jahad Campbell seems like in the moments he's gotten to play this year has played pretty well. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, Jahad, he's maturing every week. He's not that same freshman he once was, but he's starting to show the potential that he has and the ability that he has too. He's a free athlete, but he's a very good player. He's stepping up for us a lot. So yeah.
Anything else?
Bryce and Will will be going against each other this Sunday in the NFL. Just what kind of leaders were they for y'all, and how cool is it to see them at the next level? And will you be tuning in for that game?
Having guys like Bryce and Will, very inspiring people, very big leaders on the team. Led by example every day, put in the work every day. But just having guys like that, and being able to see them go against each other on Sunday, you're kind of not surprised because of the outcome, all the work they put in and stuff like that. But, it's always a very good feeling, seeing guys like that, living out their dreams. So.
Thanks, Dallas.
All right.